Hey everyone, Scar the Scottman. We're here to do a driving video today. We're going to be heading west on M-21. Start off here in Owosso, Michigan. We're going to be, start out at the intersection of M-52 just to the west of downtown Owosso. It'll be driving over to US 127 over near St. John's today. So this will be a little bit of a shorter than normal video, but still we'll be able to see a lot of different things along this route. Although we're off to a rough start already because we already have to stop at a traffic light. Yeah, there is a lot of traffic out on M21 right now. They're filming this on a Saturday morning. Yeah, it's pretty busy, I have to say. But it is pretty nice out. My car thermometer is reading 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Convert that to Celsius is around 10 degrees. So it's pretty typical for late October, because it is, or at least we're well into fall now, and we're around like peak when it comes to fall colors. So yeah, this is a continuation of the M21 video I did, I think maybe even 2 years ago, where I was going west from where it started in Flint all the way to M52 in Owosso. So anyway, yeah, this is a continuation. At some point, I would like to film the whole rest of the route, which I probably would have to do that in 2 additional parts. One going west of where we're ending today's video over near St. John's, and then, yeah, that was kind of rude. It's like, could have easily just waited for me to get in front of them, because I could have just kept going. Now I'm having to stop at a traffic light. Yeah, thanks to that traffic light, I already forgot what I was talking about. Oh, that's right. So, yeah, so there'll be another part, not today or anything, but yeah, film continuing going west on M21, kind of in the direction toward Ionia, and then there's one final stretch going from Ionia all the way to where M21 ends, like in the eastern part of Grand Rapids. So yeah, we're starting to get out of Owosso a little bit. Like we're at like the western end of it. We can just make this traffic light. So 18 miles to St. John's and then 77 miles to Grand Rapids. So yeah, this is kind of an alternative route between Grand Rapids and Flint without having to get out on the freeway. Because normally you were to take the freeway, take I-69 going west from Flint, and then you get onto I-96 in the Lansing area, and then to continue west on 96 till you get to Grand Rapids. But of course this is a little bit more scenic because you get to go through more rural areas. You get to see a lot of like the farmland out here in southern, or south central Michigan. Yeah, I've not been on this stretch of M21 before. So I'll be curious what this is generally going to be like, although I suspect it's going to be mostly this. Farmland with some homes mixed in here and there. And of course, with being late October, lots of fall color. Yeah, thanks to September being rather hot here in Michigan, it delayed the fall foliage a little bit, which was really nice because at the very end of September, early October, I went to Australia for almost 2 weeks, and I was going to be concerned that the leaves are going to start changing colors around the time of my trip, which they began a little bit there, but thankfully things got delayed a little bit so that way I can really enjoy it throughout the month of October. With the exception of far southern Michigan, or even like areas along like the southern Great Lakes, I think we're going to be getting past peak after this weekend or so. But here in Michigan the entire month of October last year. Unfortunately, it rained almost every weekend to where I could not really go out to check out much of anything. Although I did get lucky one day where I was able to go out to Owosso County to the north of Grand Rapids, where I got to see a lot of beautiful fall colors out in that area. So got lucky that time. Yeah, this year has been a lot drier. It's been a very dry October. It's like southern Michigan's even in a slight drought. I say slight because it's not severe or anything, but it's definitely noticeable. Thankfully, we just got past the end of the growing season, so it's not going to really have, at least for right now, like a major impact on crops or anything, unless it was to get prolonged into winter or even going to early spring. However, they're predicting a La Nina weather pattern, which basically usually means that, not sure why I said two adverbs right there, but oh well. They say that adverbs basically help describe, or they basically help out verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs, so I guess I shouldn't complain about that. Anyway, so with La Nina, usually what happens is that we typically would see maybe an average temperatures, or maybe even slightly above. That's what they're calling for this upcoming winter. But they're calling for above average precipitation, which of course, depending on the temperatures, that could either mean a lot of rain, a lot of snow, both of course, or even unfortunately freezing rain. So that could be a good sign for maybe the growing season going into 2025. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. And yeah, it's like as we got out of Owosso, you can tell how quiet the road has gotten. Like yeah, it's much nicer now. There's something up to the right here. I wonder what this is. And again, as I was saying, I've not been on the stretch of M-21 before. Huh, Owosso Speedway. So you have like a small, like, raceway over here, speedway. It's definitely not to like NASCAR standards or anything. The Michigan International Speedway down in Brooklyn, Michigan, that one is for like NASCAR. And things like that. Owosso Speedway definitely looks a lot smaller. That's one of the cool things about Michigan, is that you can be driving through farmland like this, and then all of a sudden you see something like a racetrack. It's hard to believe how quickly this year has gone by. It's already, again, almost at the end of October. Halloween is 5 days from now as I'm recording this video. This video will be going live on YouTube well after Halloween. It might be getting close to Thanksgiving by the time this goes up. But yeah, it's kind of funny how it's like when it comes to my travel vlogs, which of course are what I upload on Mondays, where these driving videos go up on Thursdays. I have a huge backlog right now on my travel vlogs right now. It's like, even though they would have been uploaded or in the process of being uploaded by the time this video goes live, I still have to upload all my videos from my Seattle, Washington, and also Washington State trip I did back around Labor Day weekend, and then of course all my Australia stuff. So let's just say with all those videos, those are going to be my uploads on Monday for pretty much the rest of the year. And And I'm even starting to get some videos for the beginning of 2025, so it's kind of funny how I'm already starting to film content for 2025. It's the first time, I think, in my YouTube channel history where I have a big backlog of travel vlogs this early into the end of the year. The driving videos, on the other hand, though, yeah, definitely don't have nearly as much of a backlog. Heck, it was kind of funny is that I uploaded my only driving video from Australia just yesterday, or 2 days ago in real time, yet I'm not even planning to upload my vlogs from Australia till much later. But I'm planning to film 2 or 3 driving videos this weekend, so that way I can get a bunch filmed. Because it's supposed to be a beautiful weekend here in Michigan, so I want to take advantage of this weather. And we're entering the city of Ovid. And crossing over to Clinton County. Which at Clinton County is the northern county of the Lansing area. Cross over the Maple River and go left at this road, which is just Main Street here. That'll take you down to Langsburg. Ooh, got lucky with this traffic light, just turned green. So yeah, downtown Ovid is to the right on Main Street. Just got a random subway over there. Oh, there's some pretty colors over there. Yeah, when it comes to the fall colors here in Michigan, yeah, Michigan is absolutely beautiful in the fall. It definitely ranks up there with all the New England states like New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, or even like Massachusetts for all the fall colors, or even like upstate New York. But Michigan seems to get shadowed by New England when it comes to fall colors, because everybody, from what I've been hearing, has been going to like New Hampshire, Maine, Vermont. Like to where, let's just say, people from even like California have been flying out there to New England, where Michigan kind of gets overshadowed. It's like, it's one thing, it's like you definitely, people knew about the fall colors here in Michigan, they definitely would check this out too, because it does get overshadowed, so it's less busy, but at the same time, it's kind of tough because then Michigan will get really busy. It'd be hard to keep up with tourism, but tourism does play a large role in the Michigan economy, along with, of course, agriculture, manufacturing, even technology, too. Because there are a lot of technology companies in the Detroit area. So it's like, it's one thing when a lot of people in like communities that get a lot of tourism, they'll be like, tourists go home, tourists are not welcome here, stay the heck away, stuff like that. But of course, the thing is, like, tourism does bring in a lot of revenue, and it's good for the economy. But at the same time, though, like, when it comes to tourism, though, it's like tourists have to be respectful toward the locals. And they're basically being invited in, and they have to treat it like it's their own home. They can't just trash the place and expect locals to clean up after them. That's why it's like, if you go to like very heavily touristed places in Europe, for example, let's say like Venice, Italy, or Paris, or London, or even with Italy, like Rome, for example, it's like you gotta treat the places like if you live there. their home. Not necessarily their house, but like where they live. And you have to be honorary guests. But yeah, so it's like, again, tourism is very important for the Michigan economy, and it's like, and of course, when you're visiting Michigan, you just gotta treat everything and everyone with respect. So I probably have like a good several more minutes left in this video before we get to 127. Because the city of St. John's is going to be west of 127, so we're not going to see that in this video, but the next M-21 video I would do, unless I decide to do the westernmost stretch first. Let's just say the stretch between St. John's and Ionia, I'd be going through St. John's and that stretch. But that's another thing with the GoPro too, is that, because I still have the GoPro Hero 5 Black, which is more than several years old, and I might be getting to the point where I may have no choice but to upgrade or get a new one. Just because like my GoPro batteries have been getting depleted to where I only have one GoPro battery left, because the other ones have basically, they don't really work anymore. So it's like, because of this, I can only film so many drive videos in a single day without having to charge this. That's why having extra batteries comes in handy, so that way I can always swap out a battery and put a new one in, so that way I can film additional content. But basically the scenario I'm in is that, yeah, they're not really selling new GoPro Hero 5 Black batteries, or batteries that are compatible with this GoPro anymore, unless I were to get like used batteries. And it's like, unless you were to tell me that used batteries aren't all that bad, especially for like GoPro or something, it's like, I don't really trust used batteries, because you never know, like they could last a while, or they could only last for like 5 months. And I'd have to basically think about if it's worth just getting a brand new GoPro instead. So that's kind of why I'm only able to do like a short stretch today, because I'm also planning to film a freeway tour of the Lansing area, and I want to make sure I got plenty of battery for that. I always would have loved to have gone to Grand Rapids to do something like that too for Grand Rapids, but the problem is I don't have enough battery for that and do what I'm doing today. But yeah, I'll just have to think about what I'm going to do next. So yeah, we're starting to see the interchange up ahead for 127. So 127, if you go south, that'll take you down to Lansing and East Lansing. If you go north, that'll take you up toward Mount Pleasant, Clare, and then eventually up to Grayling. So we'll get ready to conclude things up here at this interchange with 127 just east of St. John's. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this video here on M21, going from M-52 just west of Owosso all the way to 127 just east of St. John's. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so that way you don't miss out any future adventures. Well, thank you for watching, and this is Scott, the Scottman, signing out here from just east of St. John's, Michigan.